Hi everyone, welcome. Hello, lovely Laura and Abby. Welcome, guys. I've just come on a tiny little bit earlier. I saw there were some people there, so here I am. Hi, Nellie, welcome. Hi, Betty, welcome. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Hi, Sylvie. Laura's already been here. She was here half an hour early. I just got a heat pack. I've got a bit of a sore neck today. um, so yeah, we've already had a little chat. She's got me some stalkers. So hi, Helen. Welcome, sweetie. We Hi, Rochelle. Welcome. We have some Seacorn to colour. Seacorn Sorceress. Is that right? Is that what it's called? I think I've got that right. We've got some stalkers. Hi, Megan. Welcome. Oh, that's okay. It'll be here when you get back. Hi, Mia. Welcome. Welcome, guys. Hi, Lisa. Did you guys see my post just before about expecting? I have to show her off today. um, Last night, a big thank you to Joanne if you're watching too. It was so lovely of you to have us in your home, and we have brought a baby, which we'll be expecting in August, around the week of the 12th. So we're very excited. Would you like to see our little baby? Thanks, Ellen. Let's see if I can find an image here. First of all, this is our little baby. Look at her. We've named her Nani. Isn't she cute? Let me just add up another picture because she's actually really tiny. Look at that. That's in hubby's hands. And there's another one here. Hang on. There she is. So that's the length of my hand. She was tiny. She's only a week and a bit old. Isn't she gorgeous? So I was out busy last night looking at this little baby. And the lovely Joe has said that I could go back and visit before we pick her up. So we're going to go see her again shortly. I've got a video too. Let me just pop the video up. It's very cute. There she is. No eyes open yet. She's tiny, looking for warmth. Super cute. Yeah. And we sat down last night as a family and we went through a whole heap of names. And we ended up going for Lilo's sister, Nani. And I think it means in Japanese manga cartoons, it's Nani, which means what? It's very cute. It's a American Staffy cross bull Arab. So the mother is Staffy cross bull Arab, and the father is pure Staffy. So very cute. American Staffy. Okay, another one. Hang on. Last one, and then we'll get started. Here she is. She's got a little white goatee, which I really loved. She's tiny. She's got a little black face and little black ears, and she's got a bit of a black stripe down her back, and her back legs are dark too. So, but she's so cute. we had a lovely time having cuddles of these beautiful puppies. She had 9 in the litter. Very cute. So that's what I'm expecting soon. Oh gosh, we're in for it, I tell you. All right. We are done. We shall get started now. No, I wouldn't say they were large. I'm going to say they're medium to big. They're quite bulky though, heavy dogs. So they've got big legs and faces and chests and things. So they're wide. Hi, Caran. Thank you for joining. Who else has popped in? Mark, hi. Adorable Dawn, hello. Betty, hello. Who else has popped in while I was chatting about my little baby? Yes, very cute. Excuse me. Cuteness overload for sure. Well, hello, peoples. Thank you so much for joining. Holly, welcome. Yes, it is very, very cute, and we are very much looking forward to having her around, that's for sure. Hi, Miranda, welcome. It will be a little bit of fun, and I'm not sure how Shadow is going to take to her yet, so she's giving me greasies right now. She knows I'm talking about someone else and not her. Very cute puppy. I can see why. I'm good, thank you. So we're going to color up this beautiful image. So Laura Rafferty has kindly given us this image as a freebie for the month of July, and also because she is so awesome and she saw us all arguing about which image we would do, she's also provided a second free image for us. So when you go down in to download this one, the other one's also available, which was the hawk. So if you'd like to grab that one, you can grab that too. Now I've printed, a lot of people ask me which one I printed. I printed the original over the black, so if you wanted to do the same. You've got some question marks, Holly? Yeah, too. There you go. I'll leave her up on the screen for a sec. So I have put everything in the description below the video, so if you want to check it out there. It's also all available in yes, Miranda, it's all in the description below, and it's also in the event, and it's also in on Patreon as well. So I've popped a couple of posts for you guys to check it out. So we're going to have some fun, and a very big thank you to Laura, because it's extremely generous, and she's also not only given us away these 2 images for the month of July, she's also giving us a giveaway prize each week. So each week someone will be able to win a copy of an image from her Etsy store, so one of her individual images. So that's exciting too. Yeah. Fair enough. Hi, Nick and Tina. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, puppy is going. Bye, Nani. It is, that's right, Laura. She does that so that we don't have those naughty people coming along and pinching things. So It's great. It's great. It's great. It's only a week old at the moment, Holly. So we're expecting. I said expecting because we haven't got her yet, of course. She she's too little. Still too tiny. Hasn't even opened her eyes yet. So around the middle of August, we should be seeing a new baby. I'm sure you'll see lots of photos because we're going to go visit her again before we pick her up. Alright, let's just move that out the way. So today we're going to be using Polychromos pencils. If you don't have them, I have posted up on Patreon and also in my group event a colour list with some conversions. The conversions aren't exactly the same, just so you know. They're closest to match as I could get to the colours that I'm going to be using today. So I have a big pile of pencils. First of all, I will be using a soft white pencil. I've actually chosen to use the Luminance today, but you could use Prismacolor. The white pencil in the Polychromos set is not soft enough. I find that it doesn't blend, excuse me, it doesn't blend as well as these softer wax-based pencils. Even though my white Polychromos pencil's like this big, we will be using the Luminance today. Now, I've got a few colours. I'll just run through them. I thought we'd do something different with this skin. So today we're actually going to fill out all of the face, but I'm just going to leave the shoulder till next week because the shoulder has got these little sort of spiny things on them, and I sort of want them to be a similar colour to the seahorse. So we'll do those together. We'll just do the face today. I wanted to add a few different colours in this one, so I've got some blues and pinks and greens, which is going to be fun. And for the skin today, I'm going to be using, I can never say this one right, Caput Mortuum Violet, Caput Mortuum Mortuum, whichever. Cinnamon, which is in a little case there, light flesh, a little bit of ivory, and some white. We're also going to use a little bit of Pink Meadow Lake for her cheeks. For her eyes, we're going to be using some Prussian or Prussian blue, light phthalo blue, green, sorry, and light red violet. We might use a little bit of red violet and light red violet in her lips. We've got a couple of other little bits and pieces here. I've got some black, some dark sepia, and also some cold grey, which we'll be using for eye details. I may use a black fine liner for eyelashes, but that will be it there. And I'm going to be using, let me pull this one out, a white gel pen. I've got two here. I've got the Uni-Ball Signo, which is one of my favourites. Jelly Roll, which is a smaller tip. I've got an 8 and a 5, so I don't know which ones I'll be using. Maybe all of them. Maybe. All right, so Laura. Oh, thank you. That means so much. Now, it keeps going up really loud. I'm just going to turn that down slightly. I think because the camera is a little bit closer to me at the moment, it's coming up loud. I've also got my dust brush as well. But we don't have to use that one. We can use this one because it's so pretty. Mermaid. And it goes with our little seahorse there. Seacorn, I should say. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Laura. Yes, I'm going to be using the blues and that through our little Seacorn there. So I'm hoping we'll be able to. It's very cute. Why? What's happening, Rochelle? I missed that. I do love the Uni-Ball too. Miranda. pain is hard. Okay, now, just before we start, Laura does have a book. She's got 2 books, actually. I only have one of them, though. I forgot to mention that I don't have the other one. Well, I have a book somewhere. There it is, in my bookshelf. I've done a flip through and a speed colouring of this one, so you should be able to find it somewhere there. But we can do a quick flip through of this. It may be in the middle before we do the giveaway. So maybe, because my camera's not really set up to do a flip through today. On Laura's Etsy shop. On Laura's Etsy shop. In Laura's Etsy shop. I'll pop the link up here for you now. There you go. Why? Oh, you got some, Abby. You got some. Oh, okay, Rochelle. Well, if you need to chat, I'm only a message away. Why would she kick you out? Hi, Loretta, welcome. No, not on Amazon. Only that's right, isn't it, Miranda? Laura, they're only on Etsy, yeah? They are physical books. You do have them on Amazon US. Perfect. Perfect. No worries, Loretta. I feel like I need to put my baby up there on the screen because she's just so cute. Should we pop her up again? Here we go. Oh, look at it. I like this one. It's very close. Look at that. Alright. You wait. When Shadow will come over, she'll get her attention. Now we're going to start with the Caput Mortuum Violet. Hello, hello. And what we're actually going to do is there's some bubbles coming up and out here. I want to actually put a little bit of a shadow behind each of the bubbles first so that we don't lose them and we get that effect that they're sitting off the skin and not on the skin. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Hello. Oh, the light's really bad. I tried to put some white behind to see if I could get that white balance a bit better, but obviously it didn't really help that much, did it? It's very annoying. Maybe that will help. I don't know. I don't know. Let's put some lines under here. So under each of these bubbles we're going to place a bit of a dark line. I'm going to try and keep them kind of to the bottom right. I had to think about that. I never usually have to think about left or rights, but I just did. Just like that. You could do left, it doesn't really matter. We just want to add a line under there so that they're not just sinking back into the image. We want them to kind of pop off the skin a little bit and look like they're in front of her. So popping a little bit of a shadow. That'd actually probably be a lot more of a shadow. Oh, bit of a flicker there of my computer. But we'll just, for the purpose of this one, we'll just do a little bit. I'm not putting hard pressure, just doing couple of layers there to get some pigment down on the paper. Ooh, thunderstorms. It's so great that you guys can hang out. I love it. Hi Shara, welcome. Ooh, Dawn, congratulations. Yes, Laura does have a special. I can't believe I forgot about that. I just read it this morning. Laura's got 20% off. Is that right? Let me just grab my phone, make sure I get this right. On her Etsy shop at the moment, because she's so awesome. Here we go. For the 4th of July, she's having a special. Look at that. It expires on the 14th, so you've got plenty of time, just over a week, to get 20% off everything in her Etsy store there. Look at that, all colouring books and pages. So go along and grab it. I've put all of Laura's links in the description under the video too. So if you're looking for Facebook, Instagram, all of those things, stores, all of those are already in the description. So you can grab them from there too. Very, very exciting. So coming up under these ones now. Oops, I actually covered that one. My pencil's kind of getting a little bit blunt, so it's harder to do those tiny little areas. It's all right. The larger they are, the more of a shadow it is, that's all. And there's one down here on her face, on her side of her cheek there. All right, so I've just gone and put in a line. They already look like, just from doing that, they already look like they're sitting away from the skin now. Yeah. Okay, we've done that. Dawn, good luck. You can't find your SC Brown Bug pencil. Oh no! That's no good. I can have a quick look and see if there's another one. So that's a Scorpion one in the Black Widows, yeah? Let me have a look. Oh, I just dropped all of my... What else could you use? Do you have the skin color set? Brown Bug is the closest to these ones, but you could use maybe, I don't know. In the skin color set, you could probably use Cinnamon or Negra. It doesn't really matter. You could use dark chocolate. Just a darker brown color. I liked the Kaput Mortum's got a little bit of a purple tone to it. That's why I like it so much. So yeah. So this is the violet. I'm going to come in now and do some of the shadow areas on her skin. So first of all, we just want to go in quite lightly and just lay a nice layer of color down all of these shadow kind of areas. I've gone over the sort of grey black line there, and I've just come out from it a little bit so that we've got a bit of blending. This side of the face I'm going to make slightly darker. She's kind of leaning down. Just going around all of these shadow areas, just nice and lightly. And I'm just coming out a little bit from the grey line so that we can blend out to the next colour. Going under her chin there. There's also a line under her nose. Just getting that in there, and let's just do some details on the nose as well there. She's got a cute little nose, Laura. I like this one. Laura's done a couple of little workshop things in her group on Facebook too, and she does a few little features, like she's done a nose one. Have you done another one? Have you done a... I think you have done another one. I'm just totally mind blanking. Oh, got a bit of a scratchy lead there. You could hear it scratching on my paper. More in the works. Ooh, I like the sound of that. I do. I think we need to put a bit of a shadow around her hair here. This is her hair wrapping around her head. We might do multicolored hair, I think. What do you guys think? She's a sorceress, so we could do any color and it would look good. I want to put a little bit of a shadow behind the unicorn Seacorn horn here, just to add a little bit of color in there too. It may be hard to see on the camera, quite bright, isn't it? But that's probably because I am doing really light pressure. And just doing a few layers in the darker areas. So don't be tempted to push down pressure yet. If you want to make it a little bit darker, just go back over it again and just increase the pigment on the page, which will make it darker. Okay, we'll go around her face here and do a little bit of a shadow here. I think we need one. A little bit in her cheek there. You're not sharing. What have you got? No. Yeah, it's a dark brown colour. Yes, it's like a... hang on, I'll get it. It's like a burgundy brown colour. Brown bug is. This is brown bug here. And this is, they're not named, so I can't even show you properly. This is the one I'm using now. So that's closer, and that's the dark brown. So you could do dark chocolate, or anywhere between those ones would do. I've seen the bluebell ones. I have to have a look at that. It'd be nice to do a flip through of that. So it's only available as a PDF, that one. Oh. Might have to scratch that little bit of... There's a hard bit of pencil or something in the lead, and a hard bit of lead, and it was scratching on the paper. Just turned it over, but every time I go to put my pencil back down, I get it on the scratchy side. I don't want to scratch my paper. So I'm using Neenah Classic Crest, and it's quite soft, so you do need to be gentle with it. It indents really easily, and it hasn't got a huge tooth on it, so it's fairly soft. Coming back underneath the chin here, we want to make this quite dark down here. And I'm actually going to leave her shoulder for now, so just going to bring it around, make a bit of a shadow there on her neck. I don't want to do the shoulder yet because I'm not exactly sure what colours I'm going to use in there, and I don't know if I just want to blend it out into skin yet or not, so we'll just leave it. Okay, I think I've got all of the darker areas. Now I'm going to use just caput mortuum. Caput, whatever. Mortuum. It's okay. Oh, look, there is something on this one too. That's all right. And I'm just going to go over the top of the previous color and extend out further. I'm going to just start bridging the gap between some areas. So I've just done a little bit of a bridge to her eye there. So going over the top of that previous color, and I'm just extending it and bringing it a little bit further past that line and starting to fill in some of the white area. Still using light pressure. Just going over the top there. Starting to create some shape. Just coming out a little bit further on this section here, because it's going to be quite dark on that side. Not that you can still see it under the camera properly yet. It's getting there. As I start to add colour on top of it, you'll be able to see it a little bit better. Just coming around the bubbles a little bit. Just building up on top of the previous colour. Now I'm actually going to extend this dark colour out from the edge of the lip there and around the mouth. I'm just going to come down onto the chin here and just make this side a little bit darker. Giving her a little bit of a shadow on this side of her face. Just down the bottom here is quite dark. She's sort of leaning forward. Just like that. Hi Sherry, welcome. Yeah, it had, for some silly reason, I did forget to mention that earlier. I actually set the timer for 9:30 a.m. my time, and when I came back in this morning and turned my computer on, I had a look and I'm like, it says 10 o'clock, but I didn't say 10 o'clock. I double checked it before I turned it off too the other day when I set it up. It's just weird. YouTube has done that twice to me now. I don't know why. I do not know. Monday ones is usually that half an hour later, because it's Monday morning here, so you know, just need that extra half an hour to get out of bed. It's actually just giving me that extra half an hour for things that go wrong, because you know, Mondayitis and all. There's that little bit of extra time to be organized. So we're really filling in this gap up here. And I'm kind of going around the bubbles a little bit. I don't want to put too much of the darker colour in there, because whatever's underneath the bubbles is going to come through those bubbles, but it's going to be a lot lighter. So I'll just start with the other colours in the bubbles. I think I want to add a bit of a shadow here on this side. So I'm just going to bring out a little bit more of a shadow here. I don't want it to sort of go around and line around her head. I want it to look a little bit more natural. I'll give her a little bit of a shadow up here on top of her forehead there. Should just come out a little bit from the edge. Gosh, that light is so bad. How's that look? Can you see that? Sorry about spinning the image around like that. And I filled in a fair bit underneath her chin here. So we've got just making this a little bit darker around the outside edge again. Just going back over it. So to darken it up, we just go over it again. You don't need to put any pressure down. Feather light. Just repeat to get darker colour. Okay. As we come out further into the open areas of skin too, you may find it easier to use circular motion so you don't get lines through it. As well. Just darkened that up a tiny little bit. I'm going to come back over here and do the same. And underneath all of those bubbles, I think we might do a little bit of this colour just to blend it out slightly. Just coming around them. Doing another layer in the darker areas. And just coming underneath these little bubbles here on her face. Just blending them out a little bit. Yes, so we'll be back. We're going to do this for 4 weeks. So we'll work on a little bit each week until we're finished. There isn't a lot involved in this one, so if we finish it early, we can always start the hawk, which has got Cindy Chink. Is that who's in it? We'll see how we go. I usually think they're going to be quicker, and they end up taking me 4 weeks. So. Because I like them to look good and take my time with them. I haven't done anything on the nose down here, so I'm just going to go around that dark line at around the bottom of the nose there. Just joining it in with the rest of the shadows. And I'm just going to bring it round a little bit too. I think we'll just give it a little bit of shape there. Just gradually build up the shape on the top of the nose and around the edges. I think we're good. I think we've got plenty of colour in there. We've bridged some gaps. I think it's time for the next colour. We've got cinnamon next. I know, it's so quick. It just starts to appear. Yes, Cindy was the model. Oh, good. So this is cinnamon. Hi, Lulu. Welcome. I just saw you there. Thanks for dropping in. Who else has popped in that I've missed? Hi to anyone that just did come in and you just got the notification, which bit late. Hi, Christy. Welcome. Hi, Amanda. Welcome. Just going back to see who else has popped in and said hi. If you have any questions, yell them out. Literally yell them out. Cinnamon. I'm just going to come over the top of the previous color. I'm actually going to use cinnamon to cover up a fair bit of the skin now. So, just coming over the darker areas, and I'm just sort of creating a little bit of a blend between that darker color and this one, and then just bringing it out that little bit further. Coming all the way around the face here now. So just going over the darker color until I get a really nice soft edge and it blends out into this color nicely. So we're starting to get a nice blend. And then I can lighten up my pressure and lighten up the color as I come further out over the white areas of the skin. I say lightening up my pressure, but I'm not really pushing down. I'm just going over it repeatedly. Can we see that working there? So just laying over the top of the dark and then bringing it out further over to the light areas. Anything that doesn't blend really well here is going to blend well once we start to add on the white and really smudge the colours in together. But she is starting to come alive now. Now I'm going over the bubbles now. I'm not too stressed about them. We're going to come back in with a white gel pen later on and redefine those. I'm trying to keep the shapes that are already in there as well. So trying to keep and follow the shape of the face and the contours of the face. We've got a bit of a bridge here. We're going to build the gap there. We've also got a bridge now in between these two sections. We don't want them to just be white, so we want to sort of just gradually build the colour into the middle and the highest point of the nose. But that section there in between the eyes is generally pretty flat. So I've just done a light layer over that whole section there. And I'm just going to bring that line all the way down to this dark section I did before. Creating a little bit of a cheek here by coming around in a bit of a circle. A lot of people ask me how I make the cheeks and how I create the shape. So what we're actually doing is, as we're coming down and filling out this color into the lighter areas, we're kind of creating a little bit of a circle on the top of the cheek there, where it will be the lightest. From the bottom of the nose here across to the ear normally, but we can't see the ear, but because we've already got a bit of a shadow here, we can kind of follow that line. So I'm going to do that with this is cinnamon. Did I say that before? Coming around. I'm doing kind of circular motions. They're elongated circular motions. It's a big word. And you can see, if you can see, if I can get that light good, that I'm gradually building around the cheek here. And I'm actually going to fill all of this out with the cinnamon colour. Just coming down now. Just changing the direction of the pencil as well. It will help you get a smoother blend too if you're swapping the angle of the pencil, so you do one layer in one direction and then you turn over and do another layer in another direction. You're going to be building up in the areas that you may have missed on your first crossover. So we've just done a bit of a bridge there now. Just going to come all the way around and down her mouth, under her chin. So what we're trying to achieve is we're blending out the darker colours in the shadows, and we're going to blend them out here to the lightest colours. So we don't have any sort of rough edges. We want it to be nice and soft. Hi. Hi, Kiki. Welcome. I missed that. What's happened? Oh, Betty, that is nice. Hi, Hillary. Welcome. Where is Shadow? Shadow, where are you? She's snoring next to me. Literally snoring. It's actually the 5th of July here, but happy 4th of July for you. I just want to go over this section here a little bit firmer. Get that blend because there's a bit of a line there. Got lost. I'm still filling in the side of the cheek here. I think I'm losing my memory, peoples. First I lose days. This could be a serious problem, but just have a bit of a joke about it for now. Sometimes I just have those moments where I'm sitting and I think to myself, where am I and what am I doing? Just as long as I don't forget to colour, I'm happy. Although I have done that, swapping to different mediums sometimes can do that to you. You know, I've used pencil quite a bit and then I go to use a marker and I'm like, what am I doing again? How does this work again? got a bit of an imperfection in my paper here. Look at that. Let's see if I can erase that and go back in again. There's my best friend. Here he is. Just really lightly so I don't compromise the paper there. I've just rubbed that section out. It looks fine. So I'm just going to leave that. Come back in with a lighter colour in a moment and soften it all off anyway. I'm going to leave a little bit of a highlight on the nose. Just along that very top edge there. And this whole side I'm going to fill out. I might leave this little section maybe at the very top here a lot lighter. A bit of a light reflection coming past her nose. Some of these shading or shadows and things are a bit of a stylistic choice as well. If you like her to have, you know, a larger white cheek, or you've got a specific spot on the cheek that you like to see nice and light, then by all means go ahead and do that. You might not like to put blush on them. I'm going to put blush on her, so put a bit of makeup on there. Now, because my paper is quite soft, I did say that before, and it doesn't have a lot of tooth, I don't actually need to do a second layer. I will go back in with the darker colours just to re-deepen those up. But most of the tooth of my paper is going to be completely flat by the time I get to the final colour. If you're using a stronger tooth paper, or a rougher paper is what the tooth is, the roughness, then it may take a second layer for you to cover over it all. Oh, really, Shara? That's a great idea. Oh, Hillary, I hope it heals quickly. Thanks, Betty. You just did, Miranda, that's right. 4-month recovery. Oh. I think I need my glasses a little bit more. Kind of stopped wearing them because I'm not sitting in front of the computer too much, but I'm noticing it more and more. The older we get, the worse it gets. Brain exercises. They like those memory things that, I don't know what they're called. You do like patterns and words and things like that. I remember random things that I don't even realize I remember. It's like my darling sister, if she's watching. She knows a whole heap of crap about random crap. She always surprises me. So on the forehead, I'm actually going to fill in, I think, a lot of the forehead. I don't think we need a really nice light highlight or anything in here. We don't want it to look strange. I'm just going to fill that in a fair bit. It's amazing what you can do with shadows on skin though. You can make it look so different to what the original looks like. I've seen Ver do some beautiful things with hers. Got a couple of little events coming up soon too with some peoples. So make sure you stay tuned. Mondays is usually when I do my random stuff. So got a few random things coming up. And I think it might be a while for another haul now because I've spent so much money the last month. It's not funny. Do you guys find that at the end of the financial year you spend more? I find I do. So I've just left a little area up on the top of the cheek there. It's a little bit lighter. But pretty much the rest of the image has been coloured except for this little section of the cheek here. And it might be looking kind of rough and looking a little ugly duckling. But don't judge it until you're finished. And actually, in fact, don't judge it at all. But don't sort of put too much stock in how it looks after you finish the skin, because once you start to put in the rest of the colors in the image, you might be thinking that it looks a little bit too dark, but once you start to put in the hair and the rest of the color, it starts to sort of even out a little bit. So don't go stressing about it at the start. Wait till the end and then go back and adjust anything that you might need to adjust. And don't judge it. It's practice. Practice makes improvement. And if this is your first time, just remember it's your first time. Alright, first time. First timer. First time. I've been colouring for 4 years now. Time just flies, doesn't it? Okay, so I've done a few layers. I've got a little bit of rough patches up here, but that's alright. We're going to go back over with a pencil and with the soft white pencil, and we'll be softening all of that off anyway. Don't forget the white pencil. She's looking kind of cool. We're going to go in with some light peach next. Hi Melissa, I just saw you there. I know, I don't get time. I spend so much time on on making them, you know, good that I colour less and less. Healing prayers, Hillary. Yeah, that's right, Mia. The more you, yeah, PDF. I love PDF too. Exactly. You can print it out, and if you stuff it up, just print another one and start again. Don't worry about it. I quite often will say to people, don't give up on it until you finish, though, because, I mean, unless it's a mistake that cannot be rectified, of course, but if you're thinking it's looking wrong or the colour's not quite right and things like that, once you finish it, usually it ends up being okay. So don't judge it too quickly. Now, we're going to do light flesh over everything. Coming over, you can see now, as I start to lay this colour down, this darker colour here will start to flatten out a little bit. I'll have less graininess. I'm only using light pressure, but we're starting to fill in the gaps, flatten out the tooth. I call it soften the tooth, but we're technically flattening the tooth. I'm absolutely in love with Harlequin, which I released yesterday. I think probably one of my favorites this year. But I guess I'm a little bit biased because she's one of my favorite characters, so and I've just started working on a Patreon series for patrons. We're going to be doing some fur. I've got cats and dogs. I've started on dogs first, and then the following week we're going to do some cats. And I got my hubby to do me some drawing, so we have some images, which is kind of cool. I've got a bit of, can you guys see that? I think I've had issues before where I think it's like a glue splatter, or a part of the coating of the paper has splattered there and it's just nothing's colouring over it. I'm going to make it a bubble now. Most of them I've been able to disguise fairly well. And I think I'm going to go turn my paper over in the printer because I think it might be on one particular side. I'm just going over the lighter sections a few times as well because I want to add a bit of pigment in there, so when I come in with the white pencil there's enough pigment there to move around and smooth off. I actually am a little bit ambidextrous. Is that how you say it? And I actually eat left-handed and right-handed. I catch a ball left-handed. I'm already a little bit of both, I think. I already use a bit of both. Doing the bookwork, paperwork, I hate it. My brain gets to work methodically then. And even then, like, I forget how to do a math sum. I'll be like, how do I do this again? I think it's just old age. Shara, how old were you when you had a stroke? Shadow. Hello. Did you hear her? She said hello. Coming down over the nose, over all of it now. We're coating over everything with the light flesh. Light flesh. 44. My cousin, my lovely cousin, had a stroke at 21. Pretty sure it was 21. She can come and yell at me if it wasn't, but she was 21. I'm pretty certain. She was very young, and she still struggles with writing. A few other things, a little bit of a slur still when she talks. She's 40 now. So it's been 20 odd years. She's had a couple of babies now. Shouldn't let anything stop her. Hi, Princess Shadow. A brain fart. Brain fart. She's looking nice and smooth. Oh man, I need to move my hands out more often so you can see the colour coming up. That's off a movie, Shark Boy and Lava Girl, I think is where he says brain fart. My daughter was watching it the other day. We watched Shrek recently because I wanted to see the bit where he says, and in the morning I'm making waffles. I love Eddie Murphy. He's the funniest guy. Will Smith and Eddie Murphy, two that I really like. So we're halfway through our allotted time today. Allotted time. It's very formal. But we still have quite a bit to do, so we'll do a little bit. We'll have a little bit of a gap, and we'll do a giveaway, and then we'll come back into this. Oh, Holly, so sorry. Love Shark Boy, Lava Girl. Oh, you did, Kimberly? I love Eddie Murphy Delirious. It's one of my favourite stand-up ones. I didn't like Raw as much, but Delirious was the funniest ever. They do swear. He does swear a lot. That's the only thing that I don't like about it. I mean, sometimes there's no need for it. That's what I don't get with music these days. They just throw a swear word in because they can, and like, it doesn't need it there. Why do you do it? Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to come down here and add another layer add a layer of it down here, even though we filled in most of the paper, but it's just going to help us to soften off those darker areas. Okay, we're just going to have a break for 2 seconds. And you can have a look at my little baby here. There you go. I'll be back in a sec. Back again. How's she looking? She's looking pretty cool. Thanks, Grace. Hi, how are you? And it's a girl. American Staffy Cross Bull Arab. Let's do a giveaway. So the lovely Laura has given the lucky winner today a choice of an image, one of the individual images from her Etsy store. Very, very cute. Yeah, Hillary, I totally get that. Woo. So let me do the giveaway thing. So we've got a little giveaway rules thing here. If you haven't joined us before, there are a couple of rules, so I'm going to pop them up here and we'll go through them together. No, we can't because I can't find them. Here they are. Here they are. All right, so let's do this. It keeps freezing. Every time I do this, it freezes. Anyway, pick one number between 1 and 100. Only one number per person. The first person to call the number owns it. No chatting during number calling until the winning number is drawn. No numbers before the words go, go, go or after the words stop, stop, stop will be counted. Hi Sherry, welcome. You're just in time for the giveaway. The number closest to the generated number, which I will be calling from random.org, without going over that number wins. Make sure that you are on live chat. So click on that little arrow thing at the top of your chat box. Click on live chat and you should have live chat appearing above you. Any giveaway or promotion is in no way sponsored, endorsed or administered by or associated with YouTube, Facebook, Instagram or Laura Rafferty. Just going to replay those, and I'm also going to pop that little disclaimer up here in the chat box so it can be read there. So guys, while that's running through, if you want to yell out that you're ready, that would be fantastic. Who's ready? Oh, Loretta is, Miranda is, Holly is, Mia is, Betty is, Helen is, Janine, hi! Caran, hi! Hillary, Sherry, Pat, hi! Laura, of course, is not playing. Kimberly, Kim, Sherry, Nellie, Shelley, hi! There's a few there that I've missed. And Nick and Tina, of course. Dawn. Alright, guys. go, go, go. Now I'm going to set my timer for me. I'll give you guys like a minute and a half. It actually will end up being more because you guys are behind me. No chatting during number calling, guys. And yeah, good luck. I wonder what people are going to get. No worries, Rochelle. Now, I'm going to use ivory next while you guys are number calling there. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing I just did with the light flesh. I'm going to go over everything, adding a little bit of a yellow tone in here now. And I was so efficient, I sharpened my pencil really sharp. Hi, Shadow. Hello. Shadow's come to say hello. She's very quiet today. She knows. She knows that we're getting a baby. She knows something's going on. I'm kind of a little bit worried she might eat it. She's a bit mean, aren't you, Shadow? Very sassy. I'm hoping that she'll take to it really well and that she'll be its mummy. I think that would be good. Oh, we just want to cancel that now. Alright guys, I'm just going to go to random.org on my phone. Oh, I've been like, you know, Googling babies. Random.org.au. Look at this. It's already there for us. 1 to 100. Generate. The winning number is number 8. So the person who got closest to number 8, burp, it reminds me of The Simpsons. We haven't had a low number for a while, actually. We've had all these big numbers. Shadow is a cat. Did anyone call number 8? Because I can see a number 7. Now, it's Rebel Rogue. Do I have you here? What was your name again? Oh, I don't have you on my list. How come I don't have you on my list? Why don't I have you on my list, my darling? Rebel. I've got everybody else. Christina. Christina, Patreon Christina? Are you a patron? I'm just... Rebel. That's right. I think you have told me that before. I don't know why I've forgotten to write it down. Do you have me on Facebook then? Yes? Okay, good. Do you want to contact me? And then we can get in touch with Laura and give her your details. Or I can do that. Congratulations. So are you able to get your choice of image from Laura's Etsy store? Oh, Shadow, what are you doing? Are you going to come and say hello? Shadow, I think Shadow would be a bit of a mummy. Are you a mummy? Hey, hello. You going to come say hello? Hey. You are so welcome. Congratulations. What's the matter? Shadow saying hello. Gosh, you're so big. You're so big compared to Puppy. No, you can't drink my water. Okay, your butt is in my face, girl. Christina, contact me and I'll give your details to Laura. Or you can contact Laura. It's up to Laura. If she prefer me to do it through me, that's fine. Otherwise, Having some water, Shadow. Are you being ultra cute and cuddly this morning? Huh? You're kissing me. Oh, you are kissing me. You're a big sook. You know that, don't you? Your little tail. Is it time for me to get off? Is it time for me to stop talking? Is it? It's not yet. I'm not finished yet. I'm not finished yet. Little pain. She's purring, can you hear? Nah, she won't be jealous. I reckon she'll love the puppy like her own. Won't ya? Hmm? Look at this. You're just putting your hair all over Laura's pretty picture. We'll just move over here a bit and we'll continue on with our ivory. I'm using ivory. Shadow is a Bengal for anyone that's new. She's very noisy, aren't you, Shadow? She likes to chat. She's turning 10 years old on August the 2nd, actually. You're going to have a big 10-0, aren't you? Hey? Big 10-0. Oh, no, you can't chase the pencil. No, you can't have my pencil. Good girl. Sit down. She's actually more like a dog than a cat. We find her more dog-like. But I think Bengals are generally like that. They're a little bit more playful, a little bit more social. They don't like to be picked up. They don't like to have cuddles. They'll only cuddle you when they want a cuddle. And even then, they're a little bit picky and get upset if you touch them the wrong way. I think she'll just stay out of its way, to be honest. My sister also has a Bengal, and she used to bring it here quite often, and they would play and then fall asleep together. Shadow just likes to watch them and make sure they're not doing anything naughty. So she'll probably just follow the puppy around, I've got a feeling. Just using light pressure, and I'm just going over the whole image. And Shadow thinks that that's a load of fun and thinks that I'm playing with her and the pencil. She is so pretty. Aren't you, baby? And as hubby said, no, don't kiss the camera, you'll move it. As hubby said, the dog will be his and, you know, Shadow's mine, so... Silly thing is that I'm the one that's home all the time, so both of them will end up being mine, you watch. Okay, I'm starting to flatten out the tooth, and I'm definitely going to need to use that white up in these top areas here because I've still got a little bit of graininess here, and I like to have smooth finish, a smooth finish. So I'm going to be a taxi this afternoon. I've got to do some dropping off. I've got to get my son some soccer boots. His shoes are falling apart. And got to take another one to the movies. I'm a bit bummed because all my kids, or the older two, have seen the latest Marvel movies and I haven't. Come on. I want to see them. So, I still have to see Endgame and I want to see the new Spider-Man. So, yeah. It's funny how when they get older, you miss out on stuff. Alright, I'm going to use a little bit of the Pink Madder Lake, and I'm just going to put a tiny little bit of pink in her cheeks here. Just a little bit of colour, life to her. Do a little bit on this side too. Just going to add a little bit on her neck there. Maybe a little bit up here on her eyebrow area, eyelid area. Just light pressure. Because we've already used the lighter colours, this is going to come out quite easily. Just a little bit there. And maybe a little bit just beside the nose there. A little bit of colour is good. We're going to be using a little bit of this on the lips, so I'm actually going to go over the whole lip area with this one. Just lightly. Oh, there's another bit of glue on the lip there. Damn it. It's just sort of bouncing off. I'll just zoom back in again. I've zoomed out and I've forgotten to. There's like a tiny little bit of a bump in her lip there. Not happy, Jan. I think I've printed on the wrong side of the paper. Just going back on the opposite direction to smooth it out. If there's any areas that you want to deepen now in your shadows, now's a good time before we go back in with the white. So I'm using the Caput Mortuum Violet again and just going in and redefining some of these shadows. If you're happy with how smooth yours is and you don't want to use a white, you don't have to. It is going to lighten it off a lot, especially if I use the what am I using? The Luminance. I may go just to the Prismacolor because it's not quite as opaque as the Luminance. It's not going to lighten it as much. Just adding a tiny little bit more depth in there. Gosh, why is that light doing that? So hard to see it. It's really annoying. That's why I like to scan them up at the end of everything so you can actually see the colour. Because quite often on camera it doesn't look like it does in real life. So now we've got all of these layers on. The pencils are just gliding over the top. You don't need to put any pressure on. The colour just really stands out. Just going around the lip a little bit there. Yeah, excuse bad lighting. Thank you so much, Helen, for joining. Bye, Grace. Alright, I've got Luminance White, and I'm just going to go from the lightest areas, bring it out over the darker areas, and I'm just going to smooth off all of that skin. Not that you can see it needs it under this particular light, but it does need it. Just going to really highlight the lighter areas. And just soften off the tooth of the paper. Make sure everything's nice and flat now. So I'm using it as a bit of a blender, I guess. The other option to using or not using white is to use the Caran full blender. It's one of my favorites. It also does the same kind of thing. It just doesn't lighten the colors, it actually deepens them, makes them look more rich. So it's up to you, whatever look you're looking for. So I've just done that side of the cheek there, and you can see how much more softer the colours blend together. There's less harsh lines, no scribble. We're just smoothing everything out. So Caran Luminance white pencil, Prismacolor white pencil, and the Caran full blender are three things that I always have lots of. I'm using medium pressure. Hey Leslie, missed you there before. It's on Patreon, hun, if you're looking for it. Go check it out over there. I've done a post, and I've also posted it in the event in the group. In the event description. So here I've smoothed off this top section of darker colour, and you can see the difference and the smoothness of that compared to the side of the cheek there, which we haven't done yet. So that's all I'm doing, is just going along and smoothing it all out. And my pencil is so little, I kind of look strange, don't I? I should probably put an extender on it. I'd need to find one. They're on all of my other pencils. Well, actually, there's one here on my black. No, I might use that. Got another black Polychromos pencil there. Got to open this one all the way to get this one in. The Luminance pencils are heaps thicker than the other pencils, so that's a little better. Ta-da! Smartness. I'm kind of using medium pressure now because we're actually smudging in. You want enough pressure to be able to smudge the color into itself, blending it out into, so dark into light or light into dark, whichever way you go. Generally, I'll make sure I've covered over the light before going into the dark, but we're just blending it off nice and smoothly. It's actually quite cold here in Australia this morning, and the Luminance white is even hard, so basically we're using this to blend it all out and make it look nice and smooth. So you can see the areas I've done with the pencil and the areas I haven't done. So I've done there and I haven't done here. How much more smooth that is compared to down here. So you want to use as much pressure as it takes for you to be able to move and push the pigment around the page. And I find that the white pencil in the Polychromos is not very soft, and it's really hard for blending as such. It's good for highlighting and things like that, but when it comes to actually blending or smoothing, it's not very soft, so it doesn't tend to move the pigment very well and soften it off. Just coming over the light, so don't want to smudge in the dark colour too much into those areas. She's really starting to smooth off now. Just smoothing off the very edges of the blush areas. There you go, she's pretty smooth now. Pretty smooth. Bye, Abby. Hi, Christine. Welcome. I don't actually, and the kids probably haven't turned the heater back on. We've got ducted heating, and it has like a timer on it, so at around 9 o'clock it shuts down and it goes down to like 16 degrees. So if it gets down to 16 degrees, it will come on again to bring it up again for a bit, but unless we actually turn it on, it doesn't come on. In winter, we find this end of the house is colder too. It doesn't warm up as quickly down here because the sun's on the other side of the house. Okay, well, I think I finished colouring over all of that and smoothing it off. I'm just going to come down here on the neck and do a little bit of that as well. If you feel that you need to go back in with the darker colours, go back in and deepen some things up. I find that you can layer, relayer. God, that light's really bad. It's annoying me. Relayer, there you go. It's a bit better. If you want to relayer some of these darker areas, you can go back in with darker colour. There's a couple of areas I just want to deepen on that very edge. There goes my postie. Just coming back underneath the bubbles a little bit, just redefining those areas that we've done, because I've gone over them with the white and the lighter colours now. And then we've got enough time to do the lips and the eyes. So let's just deepen up some of these areas a little bit. Just redefining the nose. The bottom of the lip there. And the side of the face needs a little bit more, I think. Just blend that out a little bit. Smudge the edge off. I think that's good. Just do these bubbles on this side of the face. I'm really enjoying this one. I like the little bubbles and details. It's gonna look cool. Alright, let's do eyes next, and then we'll move on and finish off the lips. The reason I'm going to do that is because I'm going to be rubbing my hand over the lips, and the red or the pink in the lips is going to be quite bright, so I don't want to smudge it. So we'll move on and do the eyebrows first. I've picked a little bit of dark sepia. You could use black for this too, or brown, or even the darkest, the Caput Mortuum and Violet in the eyebrows there if you wanted. I don't know what colour I'm doing the hair yet. I'm kind of still in the throes, using tiny little strokes to create hair over these beautiful eyebrows here. Just doing a couple out that direction as well. Swapping to the other side. Kind of just doing little strokes at the top and then at the bottom here to line it up and get it nice and neat. I also want to add a little bit of a shadow underneath that little glue dot there. That's the bane of my image. Durr. There's another one in the lips, so I'm going to cover the other one in the lips with a bit of highlight colour. Alright, now we'll do the eyes. I'm going to start at the top of the eyes, underneath the... Actually, no, we won't do that. We'll do the greys of the eyes first. Got Cool Grey 2%. I'm just going to go into the eyes, on the whites of the eyes, and just add a little bit of this down in those sections. So the actual whites aren't generally bright white. There's usually a bit of grey and a little bit of pink in there. So we're just adding a tiny little bit of grey over the top of what's already there. Not going over all of the eye, I'm just sort of leaving a little bit of a gap there. I'm going to use that pink Madder Lake and just do in here. Just around the waterline. Tiny little bit onto the white of the eye in the corner there as well. Hi, Suzanne. Hi, Kenny. Welcome. Thanks, Mark. Alright. So I've done that. I need a little bit of white in there. Where's my white gone? Luminance, you'll do. Just to blend the edge off. Just blend out that pink a little bit there as well. Now we'll do the eye colour. I'm going to use the Prussian blue. And I'm going to go into the top section of the eye iris up here under the lid and do that fairly dark. we're going to come back over with the black and deepen that up as well. Just coming around the iris as well, adding a little bit of colour into that very dark edge. And just across the very bottom really lightly. So that was fairly firm pressure just to get it in there. We're not going to be doing layers for that. I'm just going to lighten up the pressure and just bring it down about halfway. So heavy at the top where it's dark, and then lightening my pressure down. Do the same on this side. Just around the outsides of the eye as well. Iris, I should say. And then just lightening the pressure and going about halfway down. Just very lightly on the bottom. So you should have dark and then a little bit of light. Got light red violet. I'm going to go over the top of the blue. So where I've done the lighter colour, I'm going to just lightly go over with this, blending it. So there's like a smooth transition between the two colours. And then just lightly bringing this down underneath the pupil there. Around the bottom of the eye. We've left a gap. You see the gap we've left? Just using my little mermaid brush to clear that out. Other side. Going around the pupil. Just blending those lighter areas in. Bringing it down lightly around the bottom. We're going to use these colours in her shoulder and also in the Seacorn as well. Now I've actually left, I just need to just take a little bit of colour out there because I've done it lightly. It rubs out fairly easily. I'm going to make it quite even. And then I've got this beautiful green, light phthalo green. Just going to go over the edge of the purple and bring it down to the bottom section of the eye there. Kind of wanted to show you that you can use different colors in little sections like this without needing to blend. Just broke the tip of my pencil. It's all good. Isn't she pretty? Now I'm just going to grab, I'm actually going to use my Prismacolor one because I can get that a little bit smaller. The Luminance white is quite a thick chunky lead, so it's hard to get into smaller areas sometimes. I'm just going to use the Prismacolor white and I'm just going to come in and just lighten off that very bottom section a little bit, just blending it out. Of course it's cold, so it's crumbling away there. So just gone over the green and just up into the purple a little bit there, just to. And now we're going to use black. Black. Those eyes. They're so pretty. So pretty. Black. We're going to do eyeliner, do some makeup. Also put a little bit into the blue of the eyes as well, just to shade that in a bit. And just go around the line of the eye. just on that top section there. A little bit into the eye, just to show your shadow there. I really like the black poly pencil, is nice and sharp. It doesn't, I'm just going to go over the pupil again, and I've left that white spot in the eye there as well. The Polychromos black is really nice and firm. The lead stays quite sharp for a long time. It's great for doing little details in eyes like this. So now you can see we've darkened off that top section there of the coloured section. I'm just going to go back in with the blue and just go over that a little bit. Just to, there we go. Black, I'm just going to sharpen it so it's nice and pointy. Oh, thanks, Christine. Just sharpened it with my baby froggy. And we're going to do some eyelashes now. Just going to make them slightly longer than the one. Of course, I happen to break it. Flicking it off with a soft brush so you don't smudge it. Just extending on the lashes that are already there. You can put a couple more in there if you want to make them a little bit thicker, which I might do just there. Nice soft brush to wipe away the dust. Just going along the bottom of the waterline there, and going over those little tiny lashes at the bottom there as well. There is usually less at the bottom, and they're not usually as long, unless you're blessed with beautiful eyelashes. Oh. I find most guys have really nice eyelashes, and it's probably because they don't put anything on them. Envious of hubby's eyelashes. I wish I had them. Adding a couple more in there just to thicken them up slightly. It's up to you. Another stylistic choice. Not all eyelashes run in the same direction either, so you can kind of put a couple crossing over and she's beautiful, Laura. She's got beautiful features. Of course she's a sorceress, so she's got a mystical beauty. Just going around that white, that little pink section there on the side as well. Now, kind of thin. That was the sepia again, dark sepia. I don't know why they called it dark sepia. There isn't another sepia in the Polychromos set, so just darkened that up slightly. And I'm just going to use a tiny little bit of that light flesh in there too, because it's not quite blended in some of those areas, so that's better. Alright, now zooming back out again. Oh, actually no, we won't zoom out. We'll keep it close, eh? That's right, Christine. They're not pulling them out and putting product on them. And I've got my Uni-Ball. I like the Uni-Ball because it's really nice and thick and it covers well. I'm going to put a couple of spots. Actually, I'll use the smaller one because that Uni-Ball is quite thick. Hello, Shadow. Just a couple of spots in the white areas there. A little bit of a glisten. Shadow, are you back? I think we know you're back. I want to put a little bit of a shine here on the very edge there. Are you quite finished? Are you quite finished? Let's put another little bit of a line. Yes, hi. And that very edge. Maybe some spots on the bottom edge too. Make it look like watery eyes. There we go. She's cute. Her eyes are pretty. Stop it, Shadow. You're too cute. You're distracting me. You are distracting me. Alright. I've got the Jelly Roll pen and I'm just going to... She's cracking me up. Judy. Welcome. Stop it. You're too cute. I'm going to go around those grey lines. She's watching me so closely right now. You're distracting me. You know that? It's like having someone watching over your shoulder. Oh, wait. I do have people watching over my shoulder. She's a nutter. I don't think that's quite bright enough. I'm going to use a Uni-Ball. It's a lot brighter in colour. It's a lot more opaque. You could use gouache here with a brush too, actually. That would be alright. You're purring in my ear. It's kind of distracting. So she moves. She moved because I told her she was distracting me. Oh my gosh. You're adorable. Oh gosh, not even the gel pen wants to go over that little glue dot. There we go. You're funny, girl. Certainly make my life much happier. Don't you? Animals do that. Animals are just beautiful. They have no malice. And they just want to please, don't you? Alright, moving back down to these ones. I'm having a little bit of trouble actually. I think my pen's running out. Or it's blocked. I need to give it a good clean. If you are having trouble, use a little bit of gouache white, titanium white usually. And use that to go around the little bubbles. It'll brighten those edges up a bit. We don't really want to brighten them up. We do want them to kind of, like, you know, the edges of bubbles aren't bright white, so I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm just getting a little bit of colour down there. She's just watching, patiently waiting for me to finish, so I'll pat her. aren't you? Yeah, they're bubbles. It is, Laura. I find I have my best conversations during live streams because no one argues. It's good. I'm not terribly happy with the way these are coming out though. In my little tester I did, they were a little bit better. Yes, they are bubbles, and they're supposed to be sitting off her face a little bit, but I'm not really showing that too well, am I? You gotta say boo, Shadow. Say boo. She's just hiding there in the corner. Looking lovely. Alright, we're gonna use, what have I picked for the lips? Light red violet, dark red violet. Red violet. Wait, no red violet. A little bit of black first. Across the bottom of the teeth. Cool grey too. Over the black and just down into the tooth a little bit. We don't want them to be bright white because there's a bit of a shadow there. Isn't there shadow? Isn't that right, Shadow? Hey, isn't that right? Just lining those teeth in a little bit. And using the white again, just to blend that out. I'm going to use the Prismacolor because the lead's nice and sharp and I can get into that little spot there. I really like that you've actually put teeth in there too. Some artists don't put anything in the mouth and it's like, what do you do there? Use your teeth. What do you do? Coming in with red violet first. Marking out these shadow areas at the bottom of the mouth here. And in the crease. Just going to gently line around the outside where the dark sections are. Coming down the bottom here. Move shadow. Do you want me to zoom back in again? So, hi Sahara! Honey, you missed my baby. I think you'll like my baby. Sahara has big babies too. I'm just doing a bit of a squiggly line at the bottom of the lip there just to show a little bit of depth. And I'm kind of using medium pressure here and lightening it up as I come into those lighter areas. I'm actually going to sharpen it slightly. Oh, I hate migraines. I had a headache this morning. And it's still there a bit. I had to put some hot patches on my neck. And... Hi. She says hello. I've misplaced... See, that's what happens when I put the extenders on those pencils. I lose them. They don't look the same. I'm just going to put a little bit of white there. Just to lighten that off slightly. Anyway, I just sharpened it so I could do the very edge of the lips down here. I tried to, in my Harlequin video for patrons there, guys, I did try to do it quite close the whole time. to really get some of those details in for you. Because I'm just putting a couple of little creases. There's already some drawn in because Laura's awesome and has done heaps of awesome detail. Just lining around the outside of the lip there. And I think we might even put a little bit of white gel pen in there. Hello. I'm nearly done. Stop complaining. That will be my children. Are we going? Are you finished? White gel pen just around the outside there. And I'm going to use some red. That was red violet. I'm going to use some light red violet. And I'm going to fill some of these areas in. It's kind of a purpley colour. I didn't want her to have normal red lips. Oh, that's right. There's a dot there. Can you see it now? Look at that. Look at it. It's going to be a highlight there now, guys. You don't have to put yours there, but I'm going to. Just shading down the middle of the lips a bit there. Making that section a little bit darker. It's just amazing, isn't it? Naughty paper. Stop snoring. My shadow. This is just light pressure, by the way, guys. I'm not putting a lot of pressure in because I want to put some of that pink over the top of this. Sahara, before I go, check out my new baby coming in the middle of August. I'm expecting. Look at that gorgeous little face. Isn't she cute? We're calling her Nani after Leo's sister. Anyway, finishing off with the Pink Meadow Lake, and then I finished off this image. So guys, we'll be back next week to do the hair next. I think we'll do hair next. And we'll finish off her shoulder and the mermaid and the Seacorn later. Because her shoulder is going to have some scales on there and we want to make them similar colors to her eyes. I'm just filling in now the lips with the, yes, Shadow, it's time to go. I know. Can you get your head out of there, please? Pretty, please. And just really Pink Meadow Lake. Have some puppy and kitten therapy today with our beautiful color along. If I don't laugh, I'll go crazy. Hey. Where did it go? Did you get it? Did you get it, Shadow? Is it there? Really get your head out of there, madam. A little bit more dark red. Sorry, a little bit more red violet. It's not called dark red violet, but it's the darker of the two. Look at that thing on the lip. That is so annoying. I'm putting it in a little bit of a highlight there, guys. That is now a spot. Don't have to put yours there, please. Just put it wherever you want. I'm going to put my little highlight there. Just got a bit of a bubble and a highlight there now. Just put a couple here on the bottom there. Top of her lip. A couple of lines. She's got some shiny lips there now. Shadow, we can't see the shine. You're in the way. You're in the way. Yes, they're all wanting me to finish. I know. They're all out there. She's sitting up really tall right now. Give me that. You know how they sort of stand to attention? She's standing to attention. So yeah, excuse my little lip mishap. I'm just using a little bit more of that pink into the cheek here. I wasn't happy with how that looked there. Just coming back over it. That's it, just darkened it up a little bit. Just do the same on the tops of the eyes there as well. You can adjust it any way you like. If you want to put more makeup on it, then you can do that. Excuse shadow, guys. I just want to thank you guys for an awesome stream. Big thank you to Laura, and we will see you next Friday. Don't forget to drop in on Monday though, because I'm going to be doing a little bit of a collab with Sean from Canvas and Colour, I think, because I still haven't received my little package that I've been waiting for a whole 2 weeks nearly. So if that comes, I'll be able to do a little bit of, I think it's Zenoscope. I think that's the name of the author. They do Grim Fairy Tales. Perhaps not one for Hillary. Shadow, you can't eat my mermaid brush. So stop it. So stop it. Stop it. Oh, thanks, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Now, I have popped a whole heap of links up there where Shadow's little body is to Laura's shop and also to my Patreon, and also something else of Laura's too I put up there. I can't remember what else. Another link to Laura in that top corner there. I think I put 3. She really wants that. Yeah, no, the book I'm doing on Monday's got some they're not naked or anything, they're just in, you know, revealing outfits and things. So for Grim Fairy Tales. But yeah, I will see you guys next Friday for this one, and Monday for whatever I do decide to do. I will take a scan of this one and pop it up later on today when I get home. I'm on my way out now, so I'll do it later on today. But I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Thanks again, guys, and congratulations to the lovely Christina, and I'm sure we'll organise whatever's going on there. Just message me, and yeah, all good. Talk to you soon, guys.